beats Jamie Hughes from earlier this year, then many doors will open. I'm Dan Dawson. Alongside me for the opening game of the weekend is Chris Murphy, and it is Scott Taylor, who we've seen at the BDO World Trophy just a matter of days ago, and prime-time Matthew Edgar, who you may have seen on any number of screens if you've got YouTube.
140.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. As you say, it should be an interesting day, an interesting weekend. Some names that you might not expect to see in the opening days of European Tour events in action. On this Friday session, Smith, as you mentioned, Simon Whitlock, another one who had to return to qualifiers ahead of this event.
58.
Right now it's Scott Taylor, who did produce some good stuff at that World Trophy last weekend. Eventually going out to the eventual winner,
99.
Jim Williams, but did have an average in the last 32 of 104.
Highest average of the tournament by quite some distance as well.
67.
But we know he can do that because we've seen him make Pro Tour finals in the past, and he'll have those days where he can just average 100 all day, and he hits a lot of 180s when he's on form. But the problem that Scott Taylor's had is that he can't do that enough, so he actually dropped off the tour.
Yeah, there was a final last year, wasn't there? Van Gerwen v Taylor. Another Mr. Taylor's
84.
Been threatening
Matthew,
to make a comeback.
164.
Triple 18. Oof.
96. Scott, you require 152. $66. Matthew, you require 68.
To give himself a fighting chance. Edgar is only going to get one dart at double.
52.
He's not really anywhere near.
Scott, you require 86.
18 segment to start. Double 16. Break of throw, nice two-dart kill. Taylor-esque.
Second leg, Scott, to throw first. Game on.
Immediate break of throw. The perfect plan in these races to 6 legs.
57.
Of course, some of the players have been playing a much shorter race recently, haven't they? The Champion of Champions event. Brad Brooks, who's up next, reached the final of that.
132.
And it's often the case that we see people who do well at the Champion of Champions over August then put together a run of form. We've seen it from the likes of Ryan Searle, Gerwin Price, Johnny Clayton, who faces the winner of this game here. So maybe Bradley Brooks is one to watch out for.
Yeah, the aforementioned Jim Williams.
100.
Who knows if he could be gracing this stage next season.
55.
Seen Scott Taylor on the European Tour a number of times this year. This is the 4th event he's qualified for in 2019, which isn't bad going, considering he doesn't have a tour card. The only way non-tour card holders are able to do it is by the regional qualifiers or by doing well on the Challenge Tour.
60.
To earn the right to go to those qualifiers. And as you've seen, some of the names that you're having to beat to come through, we've got Max Holt, Michael Smith, Simon Whitlock, they're all here. That shows the quality
140.
of those qualifying fields. Jamie Hughes, who's won one of these this year, had to come through a qualifier for it.
Edgar in this second leg has responded well
43.
to losing his throw in the first.
Matthew requires 69.
He's got plenty of time.
Game from the second leg.
Very, very
Matthew
clinically
Edgar.
indeed.
Third leg, Matthew to throw first.
Cancel out the
Game
early
on.
break.
This is the European Darts Match Play. It is the 5th year that we've had this tournament. But just to confuse things, it's been in 3 separate venues now. Now, we have had an event here in Mannheim before, but that wasn't the European Darts Match Play. I know, it's confusing. But ultimately, for this
57.
particular event, the name of it, the European Darts Match Play, which is what it is. Don't look at the scoreboard saying European Darts Championship. Look at the actual stage where it's got it written on it. But MVG has won 3 of the previous 4.
100.
James Wade won the other. Been held in Innsbruck, 3 years in Hamburg in Germany, and now in Mannheim.
21.
Scott Taylor smashing it into those wires. He does have a powerful, violent throw, does Scott Taylor.
83.
When everything's going right, you can see performances like that in the first round of the World Trophy, 104 average, or the stuff he was throwing on the way to that Pro Tour final last year.
100. Matthew, you require 161.
He's got problems, and he's got problems here.
97.
We did have the German Darts Grand Prix here in Mannheim back in 2017. That was won by Michael van Gerwen.
Yeah, so the general rule of thumb is if you've got a tournament of this name or in this venue, usually MVG wins it.
Game on the third leg. Matthew
Edgar wins that leg.
Scott to throw first.
I was about to say, that's us done for the weekend then, Dan. We would know what's going to happen.
Oh, wow. Didn't win last weekend, did he?
He didn't, and looking at the draw bracket 43. This weekend, he's got a very tricky route. Potential of facing Michael Smith in his opener tomorrow.
140.
Well, that would be a repeat of a couple of European Tour finals, at least a couple. Might be 3 or 4, actually. But Michael
85.
Smith, it is absolutely enormous for him to win his opening game against Steve Lennon. And were he then to beat Michael van Gerwen, he would take an enormous step towards the European Championship, because at the minute he is not going to be there, and this is the World and World Matchplay finalist. It is absolutely massive for Michael Smith. There is another chance for him in Gibraltar, the final event of the year, but he won't be in Riesa next week.
57.
It was an event in Gibraltar a few years ago for Michael Smith that kind of reignited his
41.
winning run in his career after a title drought.
Yeah. Lost a lot of form, a lot of confidence,
58.
and was losing a lot of games of darts, but Gibraltar helped turn it around, beat Mentor Suljovic in the final.
The same happened to James Wade, I think, a couple of years prior as well.
Yeah.
Something about the rock.
60. Matthew, you require 146.
Scott Taylor needs something to turn this around, because he's just not been in it since the first leg. He's struggling to find trebles,
82.
and Matthew Edgar is just chipping away, averaging in the high 80s right now, and it's enough.
98. Matthew requires 64.
Well, he likes this section of the board.
Games on the fourth leg.
Very,
Matthew
very effective
Edgar.
again.
Fifth leg, Matthew
Consecutive
to first.
Clinical kills from Matt Edgar.
He's taken out 69, 64 and 64 again. There's only that first leg where he missed one dart for a 68 finish. Now, had that gone, then Matty Edgar, the scoring hasn't been brilliant, but the finishing has been very, very good. Could have been 4-0 up in this one.
It's an important end to the season for him as well. He's in the final year of his two-year tour card holding, and he's currently sitting 68th in the PDC Order of Merit.
Yeah, got to be in the 64 by the end of the World Championship if you're going to keep hold of your tour card. And for Matt Edgar,
97.
that means picking up some money, and picking up some money quickly.
Yeah, of course. You want to be as high as you can, because that World Championship is so heavily weighted in terms of ranking money. It can change things. We will ask our co-commentary colleague all about that later on.
58.
You can ask him about that later on, actually, Dan.
Right.
41.
You're doing the next game, you ask him. I ask him enough. I think I might be pushing my luck. Here we go.
125.
So searching for that first 180, but Edgar does leave himself that 130, which is makeable.
I'll be trying to leave tops.
59. Matthew, you require 130.
Still is makeable. Not anymore.
45. Scott, you require
Just
80.
Open the door again for Taylor here.
And an odd decision from Edgar there. Tops for Taylor. Big, large amount of tungsten to navigate past.
40.
And he can't quite manage
Matthew,
it.
you require 85.
Edgar, he tried to hit treble 20s, leave 30. He's missed it anyway, so he may only get a dart at bull. And that is what he gets.
40.
And he can't pin it.
Scott, you require 40.
Taylor wants tops.
Game shot on the fifth
back
leg.
in the
Scott
match.
Taylor. Sixth leg, Scott to
It's
throw
a match
first.
that hasn't looked
Game on.
like being in for the last 10 minutes or so. But if he holds his throw here, we're all square at 3 apiece.
95.
Well, that looks a perfect dart for Matt Edgar.
140.
Couldn't fill it up, but a ton 40 is as good as we've seen from anybody in terms of the scoring in this match.
Made serene progress through
60.
qualifying, did Matt Edgar. He beat 2 former Euro Tour winners in Justin Pipe and Alan Norris.
Justin Pipe in particular has been playing some good stuff of late as well, hasn't he?
100.
He's not been a regular on the European circuit this year, Matty Edgar. This is only his 3rd appearance and he hasn't won a game yet.
59.
Scott Taylor's only won 1 in his 3 previous appearances. Beat Fabian Hertz, the German qualifying, the first Euro Tour event of the year.
55.
So a big opportunity. And Johnny Clayton, of all the seeded players, Johnny Clayton is a very in and out performer, isn't he? He's one of those guys who can lose his opening game on a regular basis,
96.
but if he does get through it, he might win the tournament.
58.
Yeah, the Ferret has a huge range of averages.
So about Scott Taylor,
Matthew
he's averaging about 30 points
148.
less than he did in his first round at the World Trophy the other day. Another for double 14. Oh my word, it would not only have been the highest checkout of the game, it would have been the highest visit of the game if that had gone.
For 3 apiece.
90.
Just tickle
Matthew
the
required
underside of the
14.
wire. And the sweep across the board
leg. Matthew Edgar.
restores a 2-leg advantage for Edgar.
7th leg, Matthew to throw first. Game on.
Yes.
93.
As it often is on the Euro Tour on a Friday afternoon, a rather different atmosphere
100.
to what we may expect this evening and certainly over the course of the weekend. Have the potential to have up to 5,000 fans in
96.
here.
Yeah, it's a big old hall we've got here at the Markthalle. It's Taylor. Oh, 4 perfect darts.
85.
You do get the feeling with Scott Taylor that even though his radar has been completely off so far in this game, if he did just suddenly find a purple patch,
100.
he could blast Matthew Edgar off the board because he does have that scoring power.
The old Bacon player.
134.
Bacon player?
Streaky.
45. Scott, you require 102.
102 check out. It's on. Tops again.
62.
And again he misses
Matthew
it at the end of the combination. Matthew Edgar's
167.
been teasing us with the prospect of a big check out, but he's not going to produce one here.
93. Scott, you require 40.
Well, can Scott start a streak?
Game shot on the 7th leg.
Maybe
Scott
he
Taylor.
can. That is a
8th
break
leg,
of throw.
Scott to throw first. Game on.
Edgar will be feeling frustrated up there. Just wondering how he's not closed this match out already.
100.
Well, at the moment, we've had 7 legs of darts. Only 1 has been a hold of throw.
100.
It serves to show there are opportunities. If somebody can just marginally step up their game, a comfortable hold of throw would be a start, Scott Taylor.
100.
Working his way up into the treble.
60.
You can see the frustration because he felt he was going the right way. Couldn't get the job done. But Scott Taylor might be stepping things up because he's getting his first dart.
100.
He's just looked straighter over the last 2 or 3 legs. Not so many in the ones.
137.
Big leg, this. Scott Taylor levels at fall and holds throw for the first time.
105.
He's in the ascendancy. But if Matt Edgar can go 5-3, he would throw for the match twice.
44. Scott, you require 96.
Advantage Taylor. 2 darter. Double 8. That's better. 15 darter. Hold of throw. Scott Taylor very much in this contest after looking, well, second rate for a lot of it.
97.
Level for the first time since the second leg, having won the first.
140.
But the gap between the averages has kind of disappeared now.
Scott Taylor, over the last 4 legs or so, has put 8 points on his average, while Matthew Edgar has seen 5 points come off his. There you see. More like 10 points on his average, actually, Scott Taylor, and he's starting to find that treble 20.
100.
And Matt Edgar, he's level here, and he has the throw in this leg, and yet he will feel like he is running away from Usain Bolt, and there is a long way to go before the finishing line, because he's been reeled in by Scott Taylor, who has got his act together.
96. Scott, you require 121.
Oh, he can't go out now in this visit, but Edgar needs to find a treble himself.
Matthew, you require 108.
To earn a dart at the outer ring. Finds one.
76. Scott, you require 76.
That could be the moment. So the match got away because Taylor has another dart at that target and finds it to hit the front. And now he'll serve for the match.
To throw first. Game on.
Well, Matthew Edgar was pinning those darts at double 16. Pinning darts at every double first dart earlier on in the match as he took that 3-1 and 4-2 lead. But Scott Taylor has started to score more heavily, and it's given him more opportunities.
131.
Good response from Edgar.
96.
This is not over yet.
Edgar had beaten Scott Taylor the 2 times he played him before, and beaten him well as well. 6-2 last year, 6-2 the year before. It will be a different result, or a different scoreline this year. It may be a different outcome as well.
45.
Not the time to go off the boil, Scott Taylor.
A stuttering start to what he was hoping would be the last leg. Might find himself in a last leg decider in which he'd be up against it.
100.
What's the setup shot like here, Edgar?
97.
It's okay. He may only get 1 dart again. Those combination checkouts were going at the start of this match for Matt Edgar, but he missed one 59. In the last leg, and if he misses again, 80. Scott Taylor has an outside chance of winning the match in the next visit. Oh, he's going the Merv route. Well, he can get away with it. And he does get away with it on double 6.
Matthew Edgar.
Well. Not the prescribed route for 80, but Matthew Edgar makes it work.
Yeah, I'm not sure he'll try that again.
Shades of Nicholson in Gibraltar, that one.
93.
1 leg shootout. Opening game of the day.
100.
It has not been the highest quality, but it has been interesting. Edgar finishing brilliantly to start, taking the lead. Scott Taylor scoring 59. Well to get back into the box seat. And then has he gone off the boil?
But the finishing has been decent throughout, hasn't it? So whoever does get to the brink of victory first, you'd back them to get over the line, and that maximum will certainly aid Taylor's cause.
58.
Just the second 180 of the match, and it has perhaps helped force Matthew Edgar into that poor visit.
140.
Well, this could be the best leg of the match in a last leg decider. We know Scott Taylor's got talent. We've seen it. We just don't see it enough. But this could be Just his second win on the European Tour this year. Goes the ball to guarantee a dart at a double. Gets it at double 12.
57. Matthew require 157.
Is there a twist in the tail? Well, if there is, it's one that involves
84.
Scott Taylor missing
Scott,
more darts at double
24.
for the match.
Game
That's not
shot
going to
on the
happen.
match.
Double
Scott
12
Taylor.
pinned by Scott Taylor, who was 3